I'm GloryHoundd, and today we're kicking off Kickstarters with
DrGloryHogg
and MeepleLady.
And we're here at our friendly local game store, GamesU, today. So I wanted to talk about some new comments that we had. Yay! Everybody's like...
What did they say?
Super pumped.
Well,
Are they
it's
good
going to be a
comments?
giant surprise for you guys, I know. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready?
All right, let's hear them.
Jason Day says, "Nice video. I can't believe you guys only had 100 subs."
What voice was that?
I don't know, but I am looking at you guys like, yeah, why do we only have 100 subs? Well, I guess technically we have 101
I feel like since
thanks
I've
to Jason
subbed
Day.
5 times, that it's really like I'm
Did you
part of the
did you
solution,
sub a
not
whole
the
bunch?
problem.
You are a part of the solution.
So if he could just find 1,000 of his own, 1,000 friends, and
Tell
then have
all
them
of
all
your friends.
sub.
Yeah, tell
I'm assuming
everybody.
he's got
That
at
would
least
help out.
1,000.
Well-
He's got great taste.
He's a very popular guy.
He's happy to be
Super
our
popular.
101st, and he says, "Keep up the good work."
Yay!
Aw,
Aw.
so sweet.
That's
so
cool.
Sweet.
Where are the bad comments? I'm assuming we have
We don't
those
talk
too.
about bad comments
that's right.
unless they're really funny. If you leave
Okay.
a really funny bad comment, I will probably talk about it because
Okay.
that's
Probably.
just hilarious. Like,
I leave bad
I'm not gonna
comments
lie,
that she
funny
deletes
is funny,
all the
okay? And we had Love It say, "I think you should replace Greg." Yes, indeed.
He is garbage, people. So you're welcome.
Well, yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
And now we have MeepleLady. Yay!
Way better than
Per your
Greg.
request.
Greg is awesome. Greg
is awesome.
She's almost as pretty as Greg, too, which is a bonus.
Aww. She's way prettier than Greg.
Whoa. Poor Greg.
I'll take it where I get it.
Man.
Well, we do have some pretty awesome Kickstarters coming up this week. I was excited about a lot of the Kickstarters for this week.
Yeah, me too.
Our first one is Dungeons and Doggies by Paintings and Polygons. And it's a project that has 13 minis in it of little dogs that are dressed as role-playing figures, basically.
So adorable.
Oh,
my God.
Like a little chihuahua with like daggers and stuff, like a little thief.
Like a
and you've got
retriever with like the
Yeah.
sorcerer hat.
There's
I
like a
know,
dachshund,
he's so
Cute.
adorable.
a husky paladin. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones with a big old mace on him, and he's got armor on him.
It's so fantastic. And, you know, MeepleLady, you don't play a lot of RPGs, right?
I don't actually play any RPGs.
Shame.
I know. Don't shame me.
Shame.
But these guys are adorable.
Shame.
Right?
And I totally would get it.
Would you? Okay, because
good.
I was wondering that. I was like, okay, for anybody that doesn't play RPGs, like, these are still freaking adorable
Yes. Dog
figures.
lovers.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
right?
feel that way, because I
Right?
started a Kickstarter account for you,
Oh.
and I pledged this under your name.
So it's coming to my place.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, that was really nice of you.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
well, I had her credit card, so.
and you get a
feel,
dog,
why
and
not?
you get a dog, and you
Everyone
get a
gets
dog.
Yeah. 13 people
I ordered like
get
12
a dog.
of them. I hope that's good, right?
Well,
Christmas presents, one
this
dog each.
is 13 minis for $35, which is actually a really good price. I would say I
Yeah.
just purchased like a Blood Bowl team of figures, and I paid about the same, you know, which is about the same. I think it's like 12 figures or something like that. So,
Yeah.
so it's right on par with what you
I'd
should
say
be spending for the figures.
These guys are super detailed too, because they'd make the dog, and the dog isn't a normal dog pose. They're not like standing up on their legs necessarily or anything like that. They don't look like
No,
humanoids with
they're-
dog faces.
They're
They're
dogs
actual
in
dogs.
so
costumes.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
they,
God.
So they took the dog sculpt.
We'll put up some pictures.
and then they added like a saddle, and then they added like the fine details, like a skull or potions, or like, so they did it in 3 different parts, but it's all one piece together, and they look really detailed.
Right. Well, like the little rogue doggy, he has all these little daggers on his like leather armor.
Yep.
He has a little dagger
They
in
all
his
have
mouth and
weapons.
stuff. And when I was looking at this campaign,
Tiny paintbrushes.
right? When I was looking at this campaign, I immediately thought of the role-playing book that we had talked about in our podcast a little while ago called Pugmire from Onyx Publishing, which was the most adorable RPG campaign. I was like, all right, we got the book for that. And when I saw these minis, I was like, okay, well, this is gold. Like, these minis are coming directly into our collection because they match it perfectly. They match the Pugmire campaign, but if you don't have Pugmire, the campaign, the Dungeons and Doggies campaign, offers PDFs with its own little campaign and how to incorporate it into like 5th edition or other role-playing games as well.
Like it gives you like other druid spells. It gives you ways to incorporate the dog figures into a normal campaign. So if you wanted to run like a dog campaign, just like people run like a drow campaign,
or even like
anything
if
like that.
you're in a campaign and then you're like one person wants to play a character like that,
you
wouldn't that
could
be so
do?
adorable?
You could run a campaign
That's so
and then
cute.
like the party could all get turned into dogs for some reason.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's
I know.
Oh my
Trademarked.
god.
If you do it, send me $1.
That would be freaking awesome.
That would be cool.
And you're like, oh, you guys all drank a potion
Especially if
or
they don't
got
know about
involved in
it.
something, and then poof,
Then
like
all
you're all
their
dogs.
characters just
Yes.
boom, dogs.
Oh, that would be
Surprise.
amazing, right?
3
I would
years
play
in the
that.
making. Just
That's
boom,
amazing.
now you're dogs.
So adorable.
Would you be upset about that? I mean, being
No.
a dog sounds way better than being a human, just in general. Like, you
Well-
get pets, you can lick all the best spots.
You don't have to wear
everything's
pants.
great. No pants.
And
if
they-
a dog did wear pants, how would they wear them?
I don't know. Like
On
all four legs or on
Belly
just
down.
two?
Yeah.
I don't know,
These are the
right?
tough questions.
It matters if they're walking on two legs
This is
or
why
not, I
we're a
think.
hard-hitting
Yeah.
news. Hard-hitting news.
This is where we answer
No
all the
fluff
hard
pieces
questions.
for us.
The hind
The
legs.
real questions.
That's what,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it's about. Well, and they do have one Kickstarter exclusive character. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times I tell people, okay, wait for the game to get in the store if they don't have any good Kickstarter exclusives. And this does have one. So you aren't able to get this mini if you don't back this project.
Plus, this is a newer group, too. So I think backing newer groups is more important on Kickstarter versus somebody who's well-established and you can just go pick it up in your local game store.
Right. The only thing with backing somebody who is new to Kickstarter or new to this process is if they're a first-time project, like they might not know the correct estimates of times for stuff. So right now they're saying the release date would be May of 2019. In my head, I'm already adding 2 months to that
No,
because
they got this. Full faith. These will be at the house. Full faith. I have full faith in this team. Now, they seem like a great team.
No,
I
they
have
do.
faith.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the painting Polygon site and stuff like that. They do like I think like a web comic and stuff. And
Well, they're doing a contest right now where if you send in your dog in cosplay, they're going to try to incorporate
Oh
that
my
into new minis
gosh.
in the future.
isn't that so adorable?
That's
So
adorable.
how great would that be?
Make
to have
your
like,
dog
like your
into a
Jack
mini.
Russell, and then like it gets added to like a miniature, so you
That
could
is
like.
adorable.
So I'd be like,
dog.
so I could
need a
stare
costume.
at my dog and be like, "I'm playing you right now."
Some Sherlock Bones.
Oh, that's so
Sherlock
awesome.
Bones.
That would be fantastic.
I'm just picturing
my
that
God.
that old like PBS show Wishbone where he dresses up and does all the parts.
Oh, Wishbone was so cute.
Yeah, that's what this is going to be like. It's going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is a first-time project
PBS,
backer, though.
I'm educated.
And, and I don't know if it's going to fund on time, but this seems like
will.
a really excellent project. It really does. Let's go down the table and do a yay or nay on.
Would
on
you
here.
back this?
Totally yay.
Totally yay.
We
$35
already
on
did,
awesome.
and I convinced my brother to do it, and some other people I know at work.
That's true. I posted this online because, if you follow us on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that, I'll post stuff here and there. When I posted it online, it blew up. Like, I mean,
It's
oh
super
my gosh,
adorable.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
very selective on my posts, so my 35 followers know that very selective.
You don't
And,
post just anything?
I
Is that
posted
what
this
you're
like
saying?
5 or 6 times. Like I'm so
Did you?
every, like,
You were
little
prolific
update.
in your posts?
Oh god, it's bad. I'm surprised they
You
haven't
get a
contacted
post
me.
and you get a no.
Mostly to argue with us. I think those are all
Yes,
your posts.
like a restraining order is going to come. I do mostly.
just arguing with us.
Yeah, mostly, and just random pictures and stuff.
Oh
Talk
my
about pie topics
goodness.
with Suzanne. You know,
There
just
you go.
normal
Well,
stuff.
Pies are
you
the
have.
best.
I mean, everybody loves pie. Who doesn't like pie?
It's hard-hitting topics again.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. That's what we talk about here.
Only the best for you. Real news, not that fake stuff.
So our second game is Jetpack Joyride by Lucky Duck Games. This game is for 8+ players. Or I'm sorry, 8+, ages 8+. It's for 1 to 4 players and lasts about 20 minutes. Did somebody want to talk about how to play Jetpack Joyride?
Let's see. It reminds me a little bit about like Blockus. You have these
Yeah.
pentominoes where you're trying to get through 4 different cards and trying to collect as much coins, and it's a real-time game.
Yeah.
Where everyone's picking their pieces to complete this.
Right, because you have
obstacle.
that
Right.
that common pile in the middle. So it's like a rush where like you're trying to grab the right pieces and move through obstacles while collecting coins and completing objectives you might have on
Yes,
cards.
and the
Yeah.
objectives are different. For
like
each game.
don't touch the roof.
Absolutely.
Or different things. While other people are also grabbing from that same pile, and the first one done doesn't necessarily win, but
Just
that
triggers
ends the
the
round,
Mm-hmm.
and then you score off those boards. So it's
Like-
got to be really hectic and fun.
Real-time games, when you're grabbing stuff from the middle, are vicious.
It's pandemonium.
Like, you do not want this up in your tiles,
Oh,
yeah,
okay?
she's- she
Like,
got
I'm just
claws,
letting
but
you know.
Big hands will win. Just
I'm just letting you know.
Whole stack.
You don't want that all up in your
You're
tiles
supposed to
when you're
grab them
doing
one at a
that.
time.
I do hand exercises just to
Can't do the whole stack.
whole stack. These are
I'd
mine.
be like hoarding them.
You'd have to like come fight me for them. Like mine.
So I
I've
like
got them shoved up my sleeves. I'm like,
that.
Yes, I'm never playing with you.
fair enough.
MeepleLady is
Usually
like,
people
no,
only play with me one time before they say
no.
that. I'm never playing with you again.
So this game has a couple different options for funding, okay?
It does.
You have a $25 version, which is just like out the door because it's like a basic version. There's nothing extra included.
Which
I don't
still looks
recommend.
great.
It looks great, but I don't recommend getting it because for $39, you can get the deluxe version, which is going to have like your expansions in it and like your extra stuff. I think the score pad goes from 50 to 100.
It comes with a few more things.
It comes with 2 expansions plus the Kickstarter exclusives, where the 25 level version doesn't come with any
Well, the 25
Kickstarters.
is going to be the retail version, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
the
I
one
think
you
so.
just get.
I think so.
Okay.
So if you're doing the Kickstarter on this, don't get the $25 version. At least do that mid-level range of $39.
I was so excited by $25. It's hard to get a game that's fun for $25.
Yeah.
I know, but then once you start getting into the $39 and the $69 version, then it starts creeping up for a quick
It
party
does.
family
20-minute game you don't want to drop $70 on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It does, but
So you're saying mid-tier.
I'm saying mid-tier because you get those little cards that you put down as your little lab and stuff. And in the mid-tier, you get more of those cards, which I think will increase replayability
Okay.
with it.
If you feel like you're going to play it a lot, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it comes with like 16 cards.
so it's
and if
really
you're
like
playing with 4 players,
you
I
get
mean,
4 cards per
you go
person.
through those really fast. And they
Okay.
are double-sided, but still, that's not that many cards if you're doing 4 each for 4 players.
I can understand
you know?
that. So at first when I saw this, I was disappointed once again that there was like expansions and collector set of a game that like I haven't played.
Yeah.
But I give them a little bit of leeway because it is a mobile app. So there's going to be people that play the mobile app that are like, I need to have the gold coin, or I need to have the, the meeple that looks like him. Like I have to have these figures.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Because because they play the mobile app, right? So like they also did Vikings Gone Wild.
They did.
Which is a mobile app we played, but we started playing it after we'd already kickstarted the game.
Yeah.
If they would have had a collector's edition of that after us playing the game for a couple months, I would have probably gone on the collector's edition because I was like, I know these characters, they're cool. Like I would want the upgraded parts because I already have a taste of it, right? So you want the elite version.
Well, and in the collector's only edition, which is $69.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And
It's a lot.
But you get a gold coin that's made not out of gold.
here's why I don't recommend that
flavored.
tier if you are not a super fan of the game. Okay, so in the collector's one, you're getting like the little jetpack guy, and he's all colored and stuff. You're getting a little coin. You're getting one additional very small expansion to the game. It is a Kickstarter exclusive, so if you don't get it, like, you're going to miss it. So if you really need to have 100% of everything in this game, like,
How rich
do
are
that.
you?
Yeah, do that edition. But the best value for you is going to be this middle
mid-tier?
tier. Yeah, the middle tier.
$39 one.
Yeah, exactly, because you're getting those extra tiles that you need to have a little bit more irregular gameplay here, where you're not playing the same thing all the time.
Plus, the extra money you save by going for the mid-tier, you could just send that extra surplus money directly to me.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Like,
you
there's
could
no-
just fund us with
And-
that extra money.
And you can
Yeah.
just send it COD. I'll
So we
pay
can
for
buy
shipping.
more Dungeons and Doggies.
That's right. So we can talk about so
We
we can buy
need
more Dungeons and Doggies.
So many.
I mean,
I almost want to get more just because she's going to want to paint some, and I'm going to want to paint them, so I don't want to, like, cross-paint. Can be problems.
well, what did you guys think about this game, though? So since I am not a huge fan of party games, I'm usually not drawn to these
Ooh, I'm
types of
sitting
games.
between 2 war gamers, aren't I?
I know you
Yeah,
are.
I know.
You are.
Ooh, yikes.
You're in trouble,
I'm the
man.
odd man out here.
There you go.
I like fun games, not war games.
We don't like our games fun. We like them strategic.
That is fun.
We like our games to be
Is
4+ hours.
Strategic is fun.
It is fun.
punishment.
Is fun.
It's extremely entertaining. You just
I
have to have.
applaud your guys' stamina.
I was gonna say you have to have the stamina
Yes.
for that.
the stamina to lose badly for hours. Yes.
Well, that's just you losing badly. Up in the top. Me and MeepleLady we're gonna have to cut that out. I'm sorry. Me and the MeepleLady are usually on top.
True statement.
That's right.
Leaving it. Carry on.
Well, what did you guys think about it, though?
I think it's a fun party game.
Yeah.
If you like party games.
If you like party games.
Yes, and I think the $25 would have been good for that, but you have to really like party games if you're going to spend $39 for it.
Or 69.
Or $69.
I agree.
I think it's a cute concept, but for me, like, I would never get on table just because I don't play those type of games.
Right.
But if you like that kind of game and you like the app, it looks like a cool game.
Okay. So for you, it would be a nay then.
Correct.
Okay.
I was looking at the $25 version just because I don't know how often I would play it. Like, I don't see me playing like 9 or 10 times in a row. Maybe like 2 or 3 times in a row. This is a 20-minute game. I feel like it's great to fit in between other games while you're waiting for people. It's a great one to take to the convention with you when you just want to sit down at the table, start playing something, it'll get people excited. I like those types of games for certain things. But I don't know if I actually would want the mid-tier, because I don't know if I would need all that extra replayability. I think the fun of it is the mad dash for the middle and trying to make all the points you can as fast as you can, right? Like, so I don't know if you're going to be like, oh, I've seen this tile before, because you're never going to be able to grab the same pieces out of the middle. Like, it's going to always be different every time you play it.
Okay.
So I'm pro buying the game. I just don't know.
You're pro buying the game.
Yeah,
just
I don't know
at
if
that
I need the second level
25 level tier.
Yeah, because I do want it for 25 for sure.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
just back it at 25 guaranteed. If you want to go higher, we can, but 25 I want it for sure.
Okay, so you're probably like, I'll wait until it gets in the store and just get it then.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible. I've liked
They
their
are
other
funded,
games that they've
so-
adapted. You know, I've liked some of the other games they've adapted. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I just don't know if I'm going to play it. Like, I won't play it 20 times in a row, but so I don't know if I'm really as worried about the replayability of it.
Okay.
That
See,
makes sense.
since I'm not a huge fan of party games, I thought, oh, this is not going to be very good. But then when I liked the real-time portion of it. I think the
Yeah.
real-time portion of it is what makes all the difference with this game.
Because you get a bunch of interactions.
Yeah, exactly. If it was just like, oh, you pick something, and going around.
No.
It's
No.
still getting grabby.
Yeah, and
I like grabby games.
okay.
Like Greedy
This
Goblins.
is not our the After Dark special, sir.
Like Greedy Goblins is very grabby.
It's
like
real
you're
time.
That's
grabbing
very
pieces
true.
and
It is
stuff.
real time. You
And then
like
when you
real time
get-
games.
You guys went there, not me.
But then, like, when you get really good at it, then you know what piece someone else is looking for. Then you can grab that piece.
That's right.
Right.
Then
Then
see,
it becomes a
see?
metagame.
It does.
But just for the 25. Yeah.
This is why I like playing games with MeepleLady.
For $25,
She's just as
too,
sneaky as I am.
You're getting a
And
lot of those
tying a
little.
lot.
That's
you're
right.
getting a lot of those little tiles, and if you need to, you could use them as a self-defense weapon.
There's no stabbing in gameplay.
Okay. Not in your games.
I wish that I could play this game right now because I feel like that would like determine the difference on what I would get with it. Because
I feel like that'd even be a good game to play, like camera-wise. Like it'd probably be exciting.
well,
for
no,
someone to
absolutely,
watch.
it'd probably be very exciting. I was interested though in this game, even though I'm not a party game person,
She
because
doesn't
of that
really
real
like
time.
party
And
games.
then,
I don't know if she's talked about that ever.
but I would want to back it for the $40, so like $39. I would
Wow.
want to back it for that because I wouldn't want to get it and then play it 3 times, like because they're 20-minute rounds. You're gonna play it. Like if you really
you're one
like
of
the
the-
game, you're gonna play it over and over a
Right.
couple times.
You're
before
one
you
of those
put it
people
away.
that likes to memorize the strategy and stuff. We're like,
Yeah, if I know the tiles and I know the best way to get someplace off of the tiles, like I'm just going to do that every single time
I just
because
think there's
like
different
I'm
mindsets.
quick about it. You
Because
know,
you're the type of person that tries to figure out a movie while you're watching it, and you're like, oh, I know how this ends. Where like I'm there for the ride. Like I want to enjoy it, be in the sensation. I'm not trying to think 15 scenes ahead or 20 minutes ahead. Like I want to have the movie surprise me. So I'm there for the ride, where you're there to be like, I figured out this movie within the first 10 minutes.
I need the variance of it, so
Right.
I would back it at the 39 level.
Okay. But
Yeah.
we both agree that it's a game worth picking
Yeah,
up. I think
absolutely
you'll play
because it's fun and it looks like a crowd pleaser where somebody walking by would be like, "Oh my God, what game is this?"
Well,
know,
I think
and-
you could play with your kids. You could play it
Yeah.
at work. You could play it like
Oh yes,
Yeah,
at a
lunchtime-
convention
lunchtime
with just
game.
random people. I think you could play it on the bus. I don't know. You can play it anywhere.
Probably not on the
Don't lose
bus.
those
That would not
pieces.
be
You
good.
could play it underwater. You could put the pieces underwater and then in a fox.
We
with the
don't
box.
recommend any of that, okay? That's
just
just
him.
Dr.
That's just him.
GloryHogg,
I'm
yeah.
gonna find a way
We
to
don't
do
recommend
it.
any of
Laminate
that.
the pieces. We go underwater with it.
Well, you guys have 5 days left to pick this up, and it is a funded campaign. The only like really bad thing I have about this is that I was not a big fan of the collector's only edition because they had the extra like expansion in there that I just wish they would have thrown in the middle tier.
Right.
We have Lucky Duck games at home and stuff like that, and they're decent production and stuff. So if you're interested in a fun party game, like I would say yay for this. So we have
It's just a good real-time
nay,
game.
Yay at 25 and yay at 40 here. So
Yeah.
which will be interesting when
So
we
the
get
important
home.
people
so.
have decided that.
Which will be interesting when we
Easy.
get home. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Guess you're not getting invited to come over and play.
Just straight up. You have to come by 30 minutes
No,
later
it's a good
because we have
thing.
another game to play.
It's a good thing I'm on this show because I'm the only one that's like willing to stick up for party games and Ameritrash games and like theme is important, people.
Wow.
You guys are some
Sometimes.
haters.
Sometimes.
Haters.
Greg
No,
Greg
I
likes
just
party
know
games.
what I like.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Not a
Well,
hater.
yeah.
I don't like.
And
I don't mind
I
longer
said this
games.
is a good game for people who like party
Yeah.
games. I said that.
And I 100%
it.
agree with that. Well, it's not about whether necessarily the game is like a good or a bad game. It's about what you like to play.
True.
And because like there are people out there that love Uno and Monopoly and would, like Phase 10 and play that stuff all the time. And those are not my jam. Like,
Or
I will
Bunko.
not play it. Yeah, or Bunko.
Bunko.
Oh my God. Plenty of
Yeah.
people play Bunko for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Okay?
GloryHounnd is not like
I'm
Bunko.
pretty sure
I don't know if that's
it's just to
considered a
drink
game. Is it
wine.
an
I'm pretty
activity?
sure. Oh, it's an activity.
It's an
Where's
activity.
Game Stay Showa? It's an activity, right? Because you're not really playing. You're just
It's an
rolling dice.
activity,
It's an
okay?
activity.
It's like a worse version of Yahtzee.
It's not good.
not
It's,
good.
you'll have to check out the Hooked on Geek episodes for that, okay? Where I talk about what was my
Bunko and not like
the hyped games?
Overrated games.
Overrated games. Yeah.
I just think it's an
please.
easy
because I got
concept.
bamboozled one time. Bamboozled,
But there was a lot of
guys.
alcohol.
Well, at least, okay.
I played it at work. I played it at work for money prizes, and I still didn't enjoy it. I walked away with some money.
You're like, I got
Wow.
money,
I walked away with
and
gift
I was
cards.
still
Nice.
upset about
Yeah,
it.
like I was like, I'm going to the movies after this, but I was
I'm
still
still
not.
angry.
I didn't have
Are
fun
you?
playing
I'm
it.
still
yeah.
raging.
Yeah. Just
Our next game up is Rurik, Dawn of Kiev by Peacekeeper Games.
It's Kiev.
Kiev.
I don't actually know.
Kiev.
Kiev.
I think it was Kiev.
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 Kiev. It's for ages 13 plus, 1 to 4 players, and lasts 60 to 120 minutes. This looks really interesting.
It does.
Yeah. Does anyone, Dr. GloryHogg, do you want to explain how the game is played?
Yeah, so it's territory control, it's worker placement, but it's got the added effect of where you bid for your worker placement. So it's not like, oh, I go, it's my turn, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to lock that out for everybody else. No, you place your piece on the bid board, and then somebody else with a higher meeple can put their piece on, which means that they kind of bump you down.
Yeah.
And to kind of give you an example of what that looks like, say I wanted to do something with my army, right? So if I take the first spot, I'll get to do two actions with my army. If I get bumped down, I get one action. If I get bumped down again, I can do one action, but I have to pay for it. If I
Yeah.
get bumped down again, I might get to do one action and have to pay 2 for it, like 2 gold pieces or whatever.
Well,
So like it really affects where your movement. So that it's like a game within a game almost.
yeah, this is
Uh-huh.
this is the most important part of this game, I think, is this bidding board in the game where you're bidding for those actions. And I think it's interesting because if you want to place a meeple down, and you can like try to make yourself go up higher by also paying the cost of that.
Right,
So
there's
like
also-
there
right.
are ways to manipulate that
With money.
Yeah, with money,
money.
as well as just trying to get your meeples in the right portion
And
of
there's
the board.
6 different actions too you're trying to bid
Yeah,
across.
it's this giant
Yeah.
board of action.
So it's not just
Yeah.
putting your meeple there. It's like putting your meeple there and then what level your meeple's at, and then if you boosted it with money, and yeah. So there's a lot of different interactions on the auction board, and then that's just before you actually do the action. So think
Exactly.
about the fun you're going to have playing the auction board before
Right.
you
I
actually
do
even
like
do
the auction
Before you
board.
even actually do anything, right?
You could totally host people.
You totally could, right?
There's
the
so
best
much
part. Oh my
interaction.
That
gosh.
is the best part.
Yeah, I was
I-
thinking about how bad you could just really mess. Like so,
was like,
easiest example is
auction?
if somebody doesn't have money, you just push them down to the bottom, so they have
Yeah.
to pay to do their actions, and
Yeah.
they're just not doing anything.
Yeah,
Right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
And then you're like, I'm rich.
the programming part of this board was just it added everything to this game because there's a lot of area control games out there.
Well, we've played a
And I
bidding
like
game like this
objectives.
before. Remember
Yeah.
at BGG we played the Viking one. Was it Jovik?
I don't
That
remember
it
what
had
it was.
bidding kind of like that, but I
yeah,
feel
it
like,
did, but it wasn't anything like.
but it was just
this,
turn
yeah.
order, and you push people down. But there wasn't like there wasn't a way to like use your money to influence things also. And
No.
and the meeples were just a meeple. It wasn't like this is my 1 meeple versus my level 3 meeple. Like all
Yeah.
that makes a difference because that's how you do the actions too. So like the 1 meeple is going to go first before the 5 action does. So you can arrange it that way too, where you can kind of if you do it right, you can really mess people up with the way you do your actions before they do.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and then their actions are no
absolutely.
longer as good, even if they won the board.
Absolutely.
So there's just so much interaction there.
It's so much interaction on the board. doing
And that's
that.
for me, somebody who does not normally
Yeah,
like to play.
you
a
don't
board.
like. I'm
I
actually
know, I'm
surprised.
Yeah. It's like order placement with
Yeah, no, I love
Bidding.
worker placement games though, and I like 60 minutes is good for me. Once you start getting to 2 hours, I start to lose interest. I know for you, that's a short game. It's 2
Yeah.
hours and less, but
Yeah.
for normal people that have other things to do, 2 hours starts to get a little bit long. But no, I'm super pumped about this game. I want to do this one for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was
I know
really
I'm
great.
Jumping the gun.
So I liked the bidding actions. It has lots of minis in it too. So
And if you Kickstarter, you get an extra hero because there's heroes,
Right.
Yeah.
Also, which have it looks like they've got different abilities. Because you're 6. you're like at least you're 4 different groups trying to take over. You're like the sons and daughters of
Yeah,
the
and you're
king.
trying to take over the country and stuff like
so
that.
you're
You're heirs to the throne.
Yeah.
There you go. Because
That's right,
the king
heirs
died.
to the
Yep.
throne, and you're all fighting to see who's going to be top
Who
dog
doesn't
at the
like
end.
that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a game of
Within a game.
Within a game, yeah.
It's like a game of chairs or a game of places where you would sit at the top of the crown.
Well, and
I
then
don't-
they
what would I
had
call that?
another interesting thing. Oh, you're hilarious.
What?
Yeah, and like,
Oh.
and then
so
they had like
good.
another portion of the game where you're selling off like your spices and
Yeah,
stuff
you
like
trade,
that.
too.
Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
trade and
There's
stuff
a
in
lot
it.
That's how you
happening.
make your
Yeah,
money.
and you're
'cause-
taking over territories and you're putting down like fortresses and stuff like that.
So
in
it's
there.
bidding, worker placement, area control,
And
and then money
objectives.
management.
and objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
and
victory
money
points.
management too. So it's like so.
Yeah.
It's basically like so many different things. The only thing you're not doing is just straight up rolling dice. I think.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you're rolling dice at all, which is actually good. I don't.
Well, I
don't
know
like
that
yeah.
for you, but I'm just saying like it hits so many different levels of
Do you
aspects.
think it would be too much?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
Like-
I think this is since it's
I
a
think
small
that-
publisher. I think this is going to be one of those secret gems that you'll bring out, and people will be like, "Oh my god, that was so much
Right.
fun! Where do I get it?" And you go, "You
Well,
can't."
let's talk about that a little bit because on the website it says that this game actually may not release store wide.
Right.
Oh.
So
because they're smaller, they say they don't have a distribution
it's a
chain.
small publisher. They're going to
they're
make
back
a
east.
certain amount of games. If you don't get this game now, it might be available on their website. And
Maybe.
Yeah, and if it just becomes really big and sells out, like you're just not going to get one for this. Now the prices on this is $70 and $90. So they have 2 different options. $70 gets you everything in the game, gives you all the Kickstarter exclusives. The only difference between the 2 tiers is
The metal
the
coins.
The metal
coins.
coins.
Okay.
Coins are very nice.
Okay. So the
Which
$20
everybody loves.
coins.
Okay,
Yeah,
I did
right?
see that. So
I
the
do like
$20
the
difference
coins.
is
Yes, I
metal
know, me
coins.
too.
Okay.
The metal coins do look really nice.
We need like really good universal coins that you can use for like almost all your games. So we could just have a stack of coins to drop whenever we play games with coins.
Yeah, but some of the coins are so unique. Like
Yeah.
Right.
Lords of Waterdeep, I wouldn't want to use like those coins.
stars.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
With
It'd
the
be so
suns,
weird.
yeah.
No, I understand.
That would be odd.
I'm just saying, I don't want to. I'd rather have a whole game than just coins. you
Yeah.
know, right.
If
You could get a whole Lucky Duck game for the price of those.
well, that's
extra coin
true. That's
upgrades.
true. But if you're a super huge fan of having those extra coins, those extra bits, like this is the only
Yeah.
time that they're going to offer this coin option.
Ooh,
so
that's
you
true.
have to get the coins now. Otherwise, you're just going to have the cardboard ones in the game or plastic ones. I'm not sure what they come with, if it's cardboard or plastic.
That's
But
true.
so may not release worldwide. The coins are the big thing between those two.
I feel like we were on one of those money shows. This would be like a buy now, buy now.
Oh, we should have that flashing up, right? Buy now, buy now.
Like honking some horns and other grabby things, normal stuff.
Grabby things. But then they
Wow.
said the MSRP for this would be $85.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Okay.
Because it seems like there's just a lot of
There's a lot in
bits
there.
and pieces.
Yeah.
There's
There
a lot
is.
in there. Yeah.
Plus, it seems like this game must have taken a while to just play test, right?
Because you have like
All the different
miniatures
parts?
and you have meeples.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah,
lot.
because you've got regular
Usually
people.
it's one or the other.
Then you got your unique heroes, and it does come with a unique hero if you kickstart it too.
Yeah. So you
Which is
do
always
get
nice.
Kickstarter exclusives with it and stuff like that, and you get more intrigue cards. More intrigue cards for it.
Yeah, because that's the other thing is
Yeah.
the intrigue cards. It's another one of the things you bid on. That you get to manipulate the intrigue decks. There's 2 of them, and you can put on top where like whoever flips that card ends up getting a casualty, or you can put on top where they don't, which can really mess with your opponent because they're not sure if you put the no casualty or a casualty card
Right.
up top.
You don't know what.
And so they don't know if they want to draw from the deck you just messed with or
Right,
not. But
right.
you know what it is. So
It's
you know
very
like
BSG.
it really
Yeah.
helps you. Well, it really helps you decide like if you want to battle or not, right? Because
Yeah.
if you know there's a no casualty, you're like, yeah, I want to battle because I'm going to win this territory and not take casualties.
Uh-huh.
But you don't. But if your opponent messed with that deck, you're like, ugh, did they try to make it better for themselves or worse for everyone else?
team up. It's where you start doing stuff across the board. Where you're like, hey, we're going to team up for a little bit, and
Yeah.
do this and add a little
And
bit more intrigue
It's got
to
solo
that.
play too, doesn't it?
It does. It has solo play too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well-
that's good for Spindler. He
That's
loves
true.
solo play.
That's true. He's all about the solo play, guys. I'm just saying. MeepleLady, yay or nay for this game?
I would have to play it first before I
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna wait for the release of it.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
a non-backer guy.
I know.
Totally doesn't back.
I know, full
things.
disclosure, I don't back many things, but I'm intrigued by this, by
Yes.
the auction
The auction part of it, the programmable auction part.
But
That
I
was
want-
the most unique part.
There's
Exactly.
definitely going to be some winners and losers in this game. Like if you can figure out the auction portion of it, you
Oh,
can
my
win by a
goodness,
large
right?
margin.
Yeah.
You just have a lot of money and
Yeah.
do everything
Mm-hmm.
first.
Yep.
And the release date for this is September of 2018. So
okay, that's coming up.
that's pretty close.
They
have
already have it.
Yeah, it sounds like they pretty much have this in production.
I have a
is
feeling they're
what
going
it
to have to
sounds
push
like.
that back once they realize that
Maybe.
there's like more people have backed it than they expected.
Maybe it matters.
Unless they really
I think
super...
when I looked at it today, they were at that like $80,000 range, and they had like
it's not
it set at
super backed,
50,000.
right? It's not like 100%. I mean, it's 100%
Well, it's funded.
but it's
Yeah.
not like 200 or 300.
No,
Like the
no.
Lucky Duck game we were talking about, the Rocket
Yeah,
one.
no, that one's like hundreds of $1,000s
yeah.
or something like that. This is like where it's I think $20,000 over its goal.
But these
Okay.
games are a lot harder to sell though too because they don't. This one doesn't look bad, but none of these games ever look pretty. They don't look like animated. There's very few of these types
Well,
of
this
games.
has like a more fantasy-looking theme to it.
Well, even
versus
like
the other
Lords of
ones.
Waterdeep, which is an outstanding game. A lot of people really love it, right? It just doesn't really look pretty. You know, it's just you've got little things and like it's just not like
It's an
oh,
older
so
looking
beautiful.
style of game, but
Which
I think it
turns
fits
off
that
some people.
medieval.
Yeah.
But it fits that medieval
Yeah.
sort of area control look. You
But
know,
I don't think it's ugly, and I don't think it looks cheap. I'm just saying, like, none of these games ever really look like, oh, this is so cool.
they're not
to look
super
at.
vibrant-y looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
It's
going to
like
stop people walking
techno-punk,
by.
Right.
Oh, these zombies look crazy. Like,
Right.
they just look right. Exactly. It's a board
But
that
they're
you can
going.
walk right by.
They're
Yeah.
going for a certain group of people, though. Like,
Right, well,
I mean, me
this is
and
gonna be-
MeepleLady, when we look
this
at
is gonna
those
be a
games, like
quality
that just
game.
seems normal because, like, most games, when you start getting into the longer content and stuff, a lot of them look like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, but if you're a
they have that
Ameritrasher,
old-fashioned look.
you almost like some of the extra.
Well, that's
flair,
true. You
right?
do. If you're an Ameritrasher, you like the flair, you like the big grandeur of
Yeah.
everything with it. Yeah, absolutely.
Everything's bigger.
Well, is this a yay or a nay for you, Dr. GloryHogg?
Oh, it's a yay. I want
It's
this.
a yay. You want this?
I don't know about
I'm going to
with
play your
coins.
copy.
So excited.
I don't
Let's do it.
necessarily know if I
Let's
want
do it.
coins because like coins are not a make or break for me unless it's like an all-time favorite game like Scythe or like Lords of Waterdeep. Like I like those coins
Yeah.
a lot, but it's not a make or break for me. But I definitely would back it at the $70 for sure.
Me too. I'm going to say yay
Yeah.
on this. That I'm really interested to
Like,
see how it all plays
if
out.
we had to go down
and the mechanics
on the
of
Rocket
everything.
game to get this one, I would do that.
Yeah, no, I would. That is out the window.
And we already did dogs, so we actually
Totally getting
yes,
this
for the first time. I
one.
think we might be in
This is-
agreement that we
yeah.
want all three of these Kickstarters.
Yeah, all three of these were really good this
which is not
this
always
week.
the case.
It's
Usually,
Wow, you
not.
guys agree.
I know. It's so rare.
it's, yeah, because we just have different play styles and stuff.
That's
like I
true.
like fun games, and she likes to win games that are
Even more
punishing.
fun games.
That's right.
She likes to punish people.
I love MeepleLady so much. She backs me up. All right.
So how was your last time being on our show? Was it great? You're never coming back.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Well,
I hope you enjoyed it. Put it in your scrapbook.
how can we check you out? How can we get in contact
Whoa.
with you?
Oh, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, I'm MeepleLady, and my website is boardgamemeeplelady.com.
Awesome. And what do you talk about on your website and stuff? So that our
mostly-
listeners know now.
I write about all kinds of games. Mostly, I like Euros and heavy war games, which you talked about.
Yes.
But I do go to a lot of conventions and
You do. You're
Write
prolific
about-
out there.
You do.
write about
see
all
you
the
everywhere.
different conventions that I go to. Just a lot of random stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hope that you guys really enjoyed our show. Make sure to like and subscribe to us. Leave us lots of awesome comments so we can talk about you on our show. And of course, if you want to get any updates about our shenanigans online, make sure to click on that bell down there somewhere. Who knows? It's in
Click
here.
on the bell.
We're
Just
not
click on the bell,
sophisticated
I
enough to know where it
think.
is.
I don't know where it's at.
Don't forget to check me out on Hot or Not. I'm only taking 7 and ups, and I also just started a MySpace page.
Did you?
How about a
MySpace?
Friendster?
No, I don't do Friendster. That's too
You're
much.
back on ICQ and AOL.
ICQ, AOL.
I'm
That's
pretty
right.
prolific on
ASL.
Facebook, guys. Okay. I started tweeting. Relax.
You did. You're with the Twitters
You're
now.
the Twitters to argue
You're
with
the
us.
Twitters.
Yeah, I did actually. Just because she's always talking about me on there, I had to like go.
He had to
see why.
defend himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have a good night. And maybe we'll turn off. Turn off.